Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing. Ray Hillhouse, Kyle Holden have the front row, AJ Gotze and Mark Nelson on the second row. Michael Whiting and Justin Swafford have the third row. Zach Henson, Nick Sorensen on the fourth. Stephen Gibson and Jeff Hinkle rounding out your top 10. Richie Joplin starting in 11th with Eric Stoy beside him in 12th. Cody Kennedy starting in 13th. Vern Spring is 14th. Rick Sargent and Jeremy Eggman 15th and 16th. Richie West, Mike Smith 17th and 18th. Kevin Reed in 19th. Aaron Mason starts in 20th. Brandon Springer starting in 21st with Graham Nucky in 22nd. Jared Easley all the way back in 23rd. Albie Hewins in 24th. Edmund Jones starting in 25th. Wild Bill Percy in 26th. David Garman starting in 27th. Donald Durant's 28th. DJ the Iceman Kenner starting in 19th. 29th. Mark the Man Dan Tuma starts 30th. Gerald Thanos Poole 31st. Ty Dahlman 32nd. And Russell Worth rounding out the 33 car field here at Kansas. It is a packed house tonight. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that share button. Drop in the comments. Tell us who you're cheering for. Did you know hitting the share button, your favorite driver gets 5 extra horsepower? Yep. Hey, thanks for the like, Nighthawk. Joanne once again cheering on Nick Sorensen. Can he get his second win today? Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Kansas. Hillhouse gets an epic launch. Mark Nelson is actually going to clear into second place, and Zach Henson is already down low. Looks like he is starting to slip back here early. Did overhear a few of the drivers saying in pre-race they are going to be taking it easy here early, conserving just a little bit of tire for that long run here tonight. Oh, we've got cars in the wall, including Mike Smith. Caution is out. First caution of the night. Graham Nucky and Mike Smith both involved. Nucky is towed to pit road. Oh, Mike Smith came down, bumps Cody Kennedy, gets into Nucky, sends Nucky upside down. Garmin has to ride the wall. Several cars. Close calls out there. Mike Smith, after bouncing off the wall, hits it again, and several more close calls. Huge credit to all the drivers around and behind that only 2 cars were caught up in that early race incident. Several cars did make early race charges here, managing to avoid the chaos and pick up some spots. Jeff Hinkle made it up 4 spots. Eric Stoy up 4 spots into 8th. Vern Spring up 5 spots into 9th. Jeremy Eggman up 5 spots into 11th. Albie Hewins is on a mission tonight. Albie in the 55 already up 8 spots into 16th. Wild Bill Percy up 8 spots into 18th. Mark Dantuma doing that from the back challenge, up 9 spots already into 21st. Gerald Poole up 8 spots into 23rd. Russell Worth up 9 spots into 24th. These guys pulled it off in 1 lap. The lap times in practice and in qualifying were so close. Hundreds, sometimes thousandths of a second divided them between positions. This race could get very spicy very quickly as the lights go back out on the pace car. Ray Hillhouse in the lead. Mark Nelson now up into second. AJ Gotzi in third. Swafford up to fourth. Michael Whiting in fifth. Swafford at his first ever BRR race here last Sunday at Iowa pulled off the win in his rookie race. I've been broadcasting for over 3 years now. I have only seen that happen 2 times. I have seen Swafford race a lot. I know he knows how to get it done. They will go single file on the restart. Pace car is in. They are inside the zone. Green flag is in the air. Hillhouse leads them away. Everybody heads off into turn 1. No big moves yet on this restart. Jared Heasley up the track on the high line. Mark Dantuma also up on the high line. He is coming by Edmund Jones. Top 5 single file at the moment. Aaron Mason and Ty Dahlman have both come to pit road. Most have had problems on the restart. Mark Nelson on the attack and goes to the lead. Mark Nelson leads his first lap of the night. AJ Gotzi lurks back in third. Both Ty Dahlman and Aaron Mason on their way back off of pit road. Jeremy Eggman, meanwhile, has the fastest lap of the night so far, but don't expect that to stand. Those lap times will continue to come down as the night goes on. Stephen Gibson was starting to look high on Jeff Hinkle. Vern Spring now has the fastest lap. Vern, one of those drivers that picked up a lot of spots here early. Oh, a little bobble out of Eric Stoy off turn 2. Richie Joplin currently running in 12th. Richie West in 13th. Cody Kennedy 14th. Rick Surgeon in 15th. And then a big old mess of cars. Jared Heasley starting to clear traffic now. Heasley up 7 spots into 16th. Oh, but Heasley way up high there. 3 wide off of 2. Heasley, Dantuma on the bottom. Heasley backs out, makes it 2 wide. Dantuma now above Brandon Springer. Dantuma now up 12 spots. Gerald Thanos Poole up 10 spots. Russell Worth also marching forward up 9 spots. A lot of these guys have started further back in the pack, really on the attack here early, as Stephen Gibson and Eric Stoy battle for 7th. There are battles all over this track right now, including a battle for 2nd as AJ Gonzi is trying to clear Hill House. Right behind him, Swafford and Michael Whiting are battling. It'll be interesting to see how much of the field spreads out here tonight, but don't forget, we do have a competition caution, lap 36, and DJ the Iceman is off track as well as Wild Bill. Oh, Wild Bill bounced off the wall, looked like got into DJ. Bill just gets a little loose coming off turn 4, comes down, clips the Iceman, and both of them end up off track. Both drivers recover, keep going. They are still in the fight, but both drivers now headed to pit road for repairs. This is definitely an aero-dependent track. Jeff Hinkle now up into 6th, Eric Stoy in 7th, Stephen Gibson 8th, Vern Spring now up to 9th. Zach Henson at the back of the lead pack in 10th. Surprised to see such a big gap back to 11th place, Richie West. Richie West in 11th, Richie Joplin in 12th. DJ Kenner coming back up on track after going to pit road. He is a lap down. Not seeing many drivers using the apron here early as Michael Whiting is on the high side on Mark Nelson looking for the lead out of turn 2. Mark fights back on the bottom. That lead pack now 2 by 2 all the way around the track. It is Nelson at the line. Richie West, meanwhile, that pack side by side, Richie West, Richie Joplin, they have gotten hooked up, and they are closing the gap on that lead pack and bringing a big group with them. Jeff Hinkle all the way down to the apron, one of the first drivers we've really seen utilizing the apron here in the early going. A bit of a surprise using the apron, can wear the tires more. Zach Henson starting to make his way through the lead pack. He is now up into 7th. Hey Spurs, how's it going? Richie West has had a problem. He's just dropped back a little bit. Richie Joplin now up to 11th, continuing to reel in that top 10. Spurs, I knew it was going to get kind of dicey when saw practice and lap times a tenth of a second apart. But man, this is this is something else. Mark D'Antuma continues his march to the front, now up 13 spots as he makes a run on Albie Hewins with Kevin Reed just ahead. D'Antuma now in 16th. Michael Whiting has taken the lead. Hillhouse now back into second. Mark Nelson dropping back in the field. He is currently in 7th. Richie Joplin now has the 32 of DJ the Iceman Kenner. DJ not on the lead lap, but still able to utilize him for drafting. They continue to close in on the leaders. And good evening, Harley Barletta predicting AJ Gotzi is going to pull this one off. AJ currently in 3rd. And they are 3 wide up front. Back out of it, down the back straightaway, now single file for the moment as Stephen Gibson is on the move. This is turning into one of the craziest races we have ever seen here at Kansas. Jeff Hinkle also dropping to the back. DJ Kenner has caught the lead pack. DJ Kenner back in 30th, trying to get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way. AJ Gotzi sits in 3rd. Gibson and Zach Henson battling for 4th. Henson has been working his way forward since the drop of the green. Richie Joplin still sitting about 1.8 seconds behind the lead pack. He doesn't have any help at the moment. However, Jeremy Eggman not far behind. Cody Kennedy and Richie West now battling side by side. Albie Hewins is also closing up to that second pack. Albie in 18th. Brandon Springer currently in 19th. Gerald Poole up 11 spots into 20th. Jared Easley holding on in 21st. David Garman back in 22nd. Battling with Kyle Holden. Holden down on the bottom. Garman almost gets the wall. You gotta wonder if Garman forgot this was an asphalt track and was trying to dirt drive his way around Kansas. Nick Sorensen, who was fastest in practice, currently sitting back in 24th. One of the drivers had to check up due to that incident earlier. Michael Whiting now having a battle and attack. Here comes Hillhouse again. And Zach Henson has now moved up into 3rd. We have several cars, 1 or more laps down as we come closer to the cop caution at lap 36. Strategy could be a big deciding factor here. Mark Nelson side by side with Eric Stoy. That top 10 still right there together. Vern in 9th. And here comes Richie Joplin and Jeremy Eggman. The gap now down to 1.4, and they are gaining quickly. Richie West holds on to 13. Cody Kennedy in 4th. Well, not anymore. Mark D'Antuma continues marching. D'Antuma up 15 spots. Oh! Cody Kennedy gave the wall a big old kiss. Caution is out. Caution is out. Oh! multiple cars down on the infield, including AJ Godsey. Cody Kennedy gets involved and Jeff Hinkle. That lead battle was getting hot and heavy. Let's see what happened. Oh, AJ was already spinning. Hinkle got right to him. Kevin Reed got a big piece of it. Let's see if we can see what happened to AJ here. Oh! Justin Swafford came down, thought he was clear. Kevin Reed nowhere to go, clips Cody Kennedy. Looks like everybody else makes it by. But 4 or 5 cars here had a really bad day. The front half of the field is on pit road. 4 tires and fuel. Michael Whiting makes it off pit road first, followed by Henson, Hillhouse, Swafford, Stephen Gibson, Mark Nelson, Eric Stoy, Vern Spring, Richie Joplin, and Richie West. AJ Godsey just now getting the car limped in. Kevin Reed on his way back out. Jeff Hinkle now on his way back out. Michael Whiting still in the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer cheering on Swofsky. Swofsky currently in 4th. Made it out of that incident okay. Sean Brown cheering on Ty Dolman here tonight. Think Ty did just get his lap back from earlier. He is sitting on pit road. But I do believe Dolman, as long as he can get out before the pace car, will be back on the lead lap. Cody Kennedy and DJ Kenner in front of the leader will get waved around the pace car. We have seen some great racing here so far tonight. Waiting for word from Nicole Kriesel. That might end up being the competition caution. We'll wait for confirmation. Because they are just 4 laps away from it. Lights are out on the pace car. Michael Whiting will have control of the restart. This was the competition caution, so that is it for scheduled cautions. Hopefully that's the last one we see tonight as a pace car drops in. Michael Whiting in control in the zone. Green flag is in the air. They are away. 28 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Edmund Jones out of the race. Wild Bill is out of the race. DJ Kenner and Graham Nucky still trying to make laps up, as is Cody Kennedy. Nope, Cody Kennedy is back on the lead lap. Aaron Mason trying to get back. AJ Gotze maintained the lead lap, as did Jeff Hinkle, but now Jeff Hinkle in 20th, AJ in 21st. A lot of ground to make up here. Also, for those monitoring the From the Back Challenge by Mark Dantuma, already up 18 spots into 12th. As Zach Henson has gone to the lead for the first time. Zach was looking extremely fast early on in practice. Had a fast qualifying run, started in 7th, and now to the lead. He's been in the top 5 pretty much all night. One of the few drivers now dropping down to the bottom. Meanwhile, Kyle Holden also starting to make his way forward. Holden in 16th. A lot of bubbles off of turn 2 that time. Looks like Jeff Hinkle and AJ Gotze may have backed off. Eric Stoy down on the apron. Things are getting chaotic back behind. Cody Kennedy looked like he was about to get yeeted into the wall. Managed to save it. Great job. Jared Heasley now up 10 spots into 13th. David Garman up 12 spots into 15th. Biggest mover, Gerald Thanos Poole, up 22 spots into 9th. I'm betting he just snapped his fingers and they changed 4 tires and fuel in the blink of an eye. Richie Joplin has now made his way up into the top 5 as Justin Swafford looked low on Zach Henson. Michael Whiting Curley's back in 3rd. He is going to be one to watch on the long runs here as well. AJ Gotze has started making his way through the traffic, now up into 18th. Jeff Hinkle Curley in 20th. Mark Nelson also ends up back in 21st. Did not see him involved in that early incident, but something has gone wrong for him to be that far back. Russell Worth also on the move, up 11 spots into 22nd. Mike Smith was involved in that earlier incident with the Iceman. Caution is out. Caution is out, and Thanos is involved. Lap 40. Gerald gets some help on that one. Manages to look, it looks like he managed to stay out of the wall. See if we can get a different angle on Gerald here. There he is in the 3 car, coming out of turn 2. Got a little loose, kisses the wall. The 04 right behind him. They go spinning together. But other than the initial tap into the wall, Gerald's car should be okay. Several cars headed on to pit road. Jeremy Eggman, Tyler Dahlman, Eric Stoy, Rick Sargent, Jared Easley, Stephen Gibson. A lot of drivers likely topping off on fuel. This should also give Aaron Mason the wave around back to the lead lap. Aaron Mason is getting the wave around to the lead lap. Zach Henson has the lead. Swampford in second, Michael Whiting in third, Ray Hillhouse fourth, Richie Joplin fifth, Brandon Springer, Vern Spring, Mark Dantuma, Richie West, Kyle Holden round out your top 10. And yes, folks, Mark Dantuma is now up 22 spots into 8th place. You gotta wonder how many more spots would Dantuma get if he was driving a Chevy? He'd already be leading. He'd actually be done with the race. When will he ever learn? AJ Gotzi has made his way back into 14th. Jeff Hinkle back up to 16th. Russell Worth up 16 spots into 17th. Donald Durant starting to come into the picture, up 8 spots into 20th. Ty Dahlman, who just got back on the lead lap, now up 9 spots into 23rd. Gerald Poole still on the lead lap in 25th now, though. DJ Kenner on his way off pit road. Eric Stoy on his way in. Looking at pit stop times, it looks like most of those drivers that came in were getting manual repairs to the car. And likely topping off on fuel. Meanwhile, lights go out on the pace car. Zach Henson leads them down as Swafford lines up next to him. They all stack back up, coming through 1 and 2, getting ready to restart here at Kansas. Zach Henson in the lead will control the restart. Looks like Ty Dahlman may have made a last-minute pit stop for tires and fuel. Could very well see him charge through the field here in a moment as the pace car drops in. Green flag back in the air. They are away. Zach fires and clears traffic quickly. Michael Whiting already underneath Swafford for second. A lot of drivers mid-pack have lost ground here early and have some work to do. Gerald Poole was up a bunch of spots, now all the way back in 22nd. Vern Spring now up into 6th place as they're trying to get 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Michael Whiting. They are still 2 wide throughout the field. Nobody settling in. Everybody trying to get anything they can on fresh tires here. Oh, a couple of bobbles through the turn. Look like Albie Ewan's got a little squirrely through 1 and 2, but holds on to it as he continues his march forward. Jeff Hinkle slipping by into 15th. Russell Worth now up to 14th of 19 spots. Ray Elhouse has had a problem. Ray off in the grass, and looks like Ray may have kissed the wall. Coming out of turn 4, keeps his foot down, catches the apron, hops back up on the track. Hillhouse, unfortunately, had been battling in the top 5, has now drifted back into 27th. JR, how the heck are you, buddy? It has been a while as Richie Joplin goes to the lead. Richie Joplin said in practice he could not figure this trick out, or this track out, rather. I gave him a few pointers, and obviously it paid off. If he wins, he better thank me. JR, how the heck have you been, man? Michael Whiting sits in second. Mark Dantuma has made it to 3rd place. That's awesome, JR. Justin Swafford starting to make his way forward. Richie West has now made his way into the top 10. Richie currently in 7th. Battling with Vern Spring and Kyle Holden coming into the picture. Gorman now in 10th. Springer in 9th. Richie Joplin leading for the first time tonight. Meanwhile, mid-pack, Jeff Hinkle trying to use every bit of the track there as they come out of turn 4. He is back on AJ's bumper as AJ now up into 12th. They're starting to make their way toward the front. Michael Whiting still lurking in 2nd. Dantuma in 3rd. Henson in 4th. Vern Spring in 5th. Mark Nelson, who ended up way back in the pack after that competition caution, is starting to make his way back toward the front, currently in 16th. The level of competition this season in BRR has gone up dramatically. Richie West and Kyle Holden have both had problems. Holden up on that high line, coming out of turn 4, kisses the wall, gets into Richie, sends Richie way down through the infield. Both drivers managed to recover but lose all that track position. Hey, good evening, Brody. How are you? Brody cheering on Justin Swafford. Swafsky sitting in 4th at the moment. Caution! Caution is out, lap 57. See if we can figure out what the heck just happened. Watching in this pack, back in the back, 3 wide, off the holy cow. A big bump comes up the track, and Mike Smith and several others get caught up, including Aaron Mason. Looks like Graham Nucky also caught up in that. DJ Kenner got caught up in it. Looked like Mike Smith came down a little bit, bumped a car in the middle. Did Graham Nucky get a bump from behind that got him squirrely and sent him up the track is what looks like happened. All the lead lap cars are on pit. I say all the lead lap cars, all the front cars are on pit road. Getting word from Aaron Mason's crew, they had nowhere to go. They tried to avoid it, but yeah, that track just filled up quickly right in front of them. Jared Easley staying out, as does Donald Durant and Ty Dolman, picking up a bunch of track position here. None of the drivers can go the distance from here on fuel. This might be the smart strategy. Now everybody else goes in. Heasley is all alone. Most of the drivers said 44 to 46, 47 laps, maybe on a tank of fuel. Still over 50 here to go. Jared Easley might be the wisest one in the field right now. If he can hold on in the top 5 for about 10 laps, he'll be just about perfect if another caution comes out. Richie West is still on pit road after that incident. DJ Kenner also back on pit road, as is Donald Durant. Richie Joplin, the first driver, off pit road. This is just race number 5 in the season, but man, this is going to have a big points shakeup as they run right now. Kyle Holden, the points leader, having a lot of trouble here early. AJ Godsey comes in tonight, second in points. He is in 7th at the moment. Jeff Hinkle, third in points, is 12th, but Mark Dantuma, fourth in points, currently runs in 6th. Could be a huge night for Dantuma. Jared Heasley out front in control of the restart. They stack back up side by side. Heasley leads for the first time here tonight. Pace car is in. Into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Heasley is away. Now how long can he hold off all the fresh tires coming from behind? The outside line just doesn't get moving. Heasley slides up. Now Whiting and Swafford looking underneath. Heasley up to the high line. Mark Dantuma up there. 3 wide up front. Oh, that got really close as Richie Joplin came up. AJ Godsey has now made his way to 4th. Vern comes across. Wow, that was a gutsy move across Heasley's nose. Heasley now dropping back to 9th. All the gained track position going away, but the tire and fuel strategy here for Heasley may pay off. Michael Whiting is going back to the lead with Swafford on his bumper. Caution is out. Graham Nucky, Kyle Holden, Donald Durant, all involved. Oh man, David Gorman had a big problem. Everybody trying to avoid it. Graham Nucky, Kyle Holden, Donald Durant, Ty Dolman, all involved. Let's see if we can see what happened with Gorman. Gorman up on the high side trying to... Oh, Vern Spring was in the wall. Out of 2. Gormy had nowhere to go. Hey, good evening, Glenn. How the heck are you? Things are definitely starting to heat up out on track. Kyle Holden is towed to pit road. The points leader really in trouble here tonight. Mark Dantuma, Jared Heasley, Gerald Poole, all in. The Vern Spring, Mike Smith, Graham Nucky, Ty Dolman, David Garman, Cody Kennedy. All headed to pit road. 4 tires, fuel, and repairs as needed. Michael Whiting still has the lead. Swafford in second. Richie Joplin third. AJ Godsey and Jeff Hinkle now back up in fourth and fifth place. Impressive comeback from those two. Zach Henson in sixth. Mark Nelson has returned to the top 10 in seventh. Kevin Reed now up to eighth. Brandon Springer in ninth. And Ray Hillhouse in 10th. However, Mark Dantuma, Gerald Poole, David Garman, Vern Spring, Jared Heasley, Mike Smith, Ty Dahlman, DJ Kenner, and Donald Durant, who have all been on pit road under this caution, might be able to go the distance on fuel from here. Glenn, haven't seen you around. How you been, man? Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, as the Jones BS Racing season comes to a close. 15 weeks of racing have come down to one night. Both championships have been locked up as of last Monday, but every other spot is still up for grabs, and you know they are going to be battling like crazy for them. Looks like Michael Whiting choosing to restart up on the high side. Lights are out, they stack up, ready to go once again. 26 cars still on the lead lap. Cody Kennedy, Graham Nucky, both on pit road. Kyle Holden, Richie West, Stephen Gibson, Wild Bill, and Edmund Jones, Ed Jones Sr. look like they are all out of the race. Pace car is in. Michael Whiting in control once more. Green flag is in the air, and what a launch by Whiting. AJ Godsey starting to make a move on second. Keep an eye on some of these cars towards the back, led by Mark Dantuma, who are on fresh tires. Oh, there's a wreck right in front of him. There's cars in the wall. Caution is out again. Lap 68, Dantuma barely gets by. Nick Sorensen, Albie Hewins, Aaron Mason, and Donald Durant all involved. See if we can get a better look at that one. Nick Sorensen up on the high side. Eric Stoy right behind him. Albie Hewins just ahead. Oh, looks like Aaron Mason and Ray Hillhouse will take another look. Aaron Mason goes off into the turn. Hillhouse just a little bit ahead of him. Coming down the back straightaway. Hillhouse coming by Springer. Hillhouse may have gotten a bump there. Mason nowhere to go. Albie has nowhere to go. Sorensen, Gerald Poole. Wow, a lot of cars just completely unable to avoid that one. A lot of cars on pit road at the moment. Let's see if we can talk to AJ Godsey. AJ, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, you've had a bit of a wild night, but what a comeback it's been.
Yeah, it's been crazy out here, Doug. Just trying to survive this thing, stay in position here.
Survival has been the name of the game, but now that you're back up front, you're kind of in that safe zone. Now do you have anything left? Have you used your tires up getting up there?
I think still got some tires left. I don't think we've got too long a green flag runs where I've been able to hurt them, but we'll see. These guys are fast, and like I said, it's been crazy.
It definitely has, man. Good luck out there. Great comeback so far, buddy.
Thanks, Dougie.
AJ sounds a little worn out. This race definitely a bit demanding. Also a bit demanding on the broadcaster, I might add. And Swofsky, I know you're listening. Brody said get going. Hey, good evening, John Roberts. How are you, buddy? Michael Whiting looks like he's going to choose that high line for the restart once again. The lights are out on the pace car as they begin to stack back up. And you know what we ain't done yet? Jeremy, yeah, buddy. We have, oh, they're going single file on the restart, so we are going to go use that, our favorite little camera on the restart. I'm going to shut up for a few minutes and let you guys enjoy the noise of all this horsepower going around Kansas. It's time to crank it up once again, folks. As soon as that green flag drops, we will hit it. Crank your volume up. And enjoy the noise here at Kansas. Out of turn 4, here they come. Green flag back in the air. Okay, they went immediately to caution. It looks like there may have been a problem on that restart. Let's take a look. And Jeremy, yeah, holler at me if you need anything else. Oh, looked like an accordion on the restart, and Brandon Springer got into Kevin Reed. They end up in the wall. Let's see. Well, they are waiting for the pace car. It looks like they're minor glitch here. Pace car finally catching up. There they go. Let's see. Michael Whiting isn't available, so let's see if we can talk to our third place driver and last week's winner, Justin Swafford. Hey, Swafsky, it's Doug. You got me, bud?
So, Ford, Doug, what's happening?
Hey, you did it last week. Can you shoot 100% here with a win here tonight?
Man, I don't know. It is crazy, the lines that you got to run here. You know, if you're in the draft and up top, you can kind of keep up with them. But if you try anything on that bottom, it just burns off tires. So you really got to pick and choose when you pass.
Oh, it's definitely been excitement. You've been able to stay out of the majority of it thus far. But, man, nobody has really been safe tonight.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. At least we've been up front, you know, kind of running up here, staying out of that trouble back there. So.
Well, hopefully so. Brody said to get it in gear and get moving forward, man. So good luck.
10-4, thank you.
Justin Swafford currently sits in third. Should be a single file restart once again when they go back to green. We did see the accordion on that restart, so hopefully that does not come back into play here. About 34 laps to go next time by. Everybody can go from here on fuel. I've seen a few drivers hit pit road to top off. Albie Hewins, Gerald Poole, Mike Smith, Brandon Springer obviously in for repairs. Mike Smith was in as well. But everybody that pitted on these last two cautions should be good to go on fuel. Now the question is, who can conserve the tires and make the most of what they have got? Still looking at about 26 cars on the lead lap. Ray Hillhouse did just get waved back around. He is back on the lead lap. Keep an eye on him as he makes his way back toward the front. Looks like we will get the 1 to green. And guess what, folks? We're going to try the crank it up again. Obviously, that did not go as planned. Michael Whiting, AJ Godsey, Justin Swafford, Richie Joplin, Zach Henson, your top 5. Jeff Hinkle, Mark Nelson, Jeremy Eggman, Russell Worth, and Eric Stoy rounding out your top 10. Mark Dantuma up 19 spots into 11th. Russell Worth is up 24 spots into 9th. I think Russell has passed every car in this field at least once, and Mark has probably passed him 2 or 3 times. Here we go. Pace car is in, folks. Crank up the volume and enjoy the noise. that is always a lot of fun. Michael Whiting still holds the lead. AJ, Swafford, Richie, and Zach still rounding out the top 5. Ray Hillhouse already picking up a couple of spots. He is now up into 24th, setting his sights on Mike Smith. Kevin Reed's car still damaged from that incident. Brandon Springer looks like he got his repaired on pit road, but they are way behind, losing a ton of track position. Meanwhile, AJ Godsey on the attack, and last time by the fastest lap ran by David Gorman, back in 11th place, the fastest lap of the night. But Mark Dantuma moving back up into the top 10. Battling now with Russell Worth, the two biggest movers of the night, side by side, with Jeremy Eggman just ahead. Dantuma all the way down on the bottom. These cars here tonight definitely not planted at all. They are moving all over the place as Richie goes to the bottom. Swafford had a run, almost got into AJ, had to back out. AJ kissed the wall. Richie has a run. Richie Joplin now gets a run into second place, trying to build enough to get around Michael Whiting. Swafford looking on the bottom underneath AJ Godsey. Richie Joplin to the bottom and to the lead. Yes, Brody, you definitely do, buddy. Mark Dantuma continues his march forward, now into 7th place. Make that 6 as he goes by Hinkle. Nope. Hinkle gets a run underneath Zach Henson. The top 3 single file, every other position on track being fought for. Nick Sorensen has made his way back up into 15th. Ty Dolman now up 18 spots into 14th. Rick Sargent also starting to move forward in 13th as Gourmet is working his way back into the top 10. Russell Worth looked like he was going to fade a little bit, but now starting to claw his way back forward into 8th. Richie Joplin has the lead, but Michael Whiting may have a run here. Whiting looks to the high side. Swafford, AJ, Zach Henson lurk right behind. Jeff Hinkle also still back there, and that could spell trouble for these guys in front of him on a long run. We mentioned 26 cars still on the lead lap, but a variety of damage between them, and it does look like we might, like Richie, may be entering some lap traffic in the near future. The view from the blimp over Kansas here tonight. And it looks like Albie Hewins is all the way down on the apron. He may be headed to pit road. Did look like Albie was missing the front clip. Richie Joplin still maintaining the lead. Michael Whiting right there, a couple of car lengths back to Swafford, AJ Henson, and Dan Tuma. Jeremy Eggman now up into the top 10. Russell Worth now back in 12th. Ty Dolman up to 14th, but a big gap from him to Russell Worth. Aaron Mason, despite being caught in a couple of incidents, has fought his way back into 16th. Donald Durant's also caught up in multiple incidents, finding his way back into 17th. And DJ Kenner, who's been in multiple incidents and a lap or more down, is now back into 19th. The top two still a little bit of breathing room, but a big battle going on for the rest of the top 10 as Gourmet looking on the high side on Mark Nelson. Garmin now up 19 spots into 8th. Whiting still right on the bumper on Richie Joplin. Mark Nelson drops to the tail end of that 9-car lead pack. Jeremy Eggman now in 10th, 3 1/4 seconds back with Rick Sargent, Eric Stoy, and Russell Worth closing back in. Ty Dolman just over a second behind. Aaron Mason back there in 15th as well. And Sorensen right behind in 16th. Michael Whiting has a run as they go off toward turn 3. Whiting sends it to the bottom. Coming out of turn 4, Michael Whiting slides it up. He takes the lead with 15 to go. AJ Godsey, meanwhile, looking underneath Justin Swafford for 3rd. Zach Henson lurking back in 5th. Dan Tuma and Hinkle battling for 6th and 7th. Hinkle is the king of tire saving. If this thing stays green from here, he might be able to charge through and pick up several positions. But for now, Dan Tuma has 6th and sets his sights on Zach Henson. David Garman right behind. Mark Nelson still in the lead draft as Rick Sargent now has his hands full. Jeremy Eggman now battling and takes 10th place. Eric Stoy is there. Russell Worth is there. Aaron Mason is now there, as is Ty Dolman. Hey, good evening, Thomas. Zach Henson gets a big run on Swafford out of turn 4. Swafford down to the bottom. Henson up top. Richie Joplin, meanwhile, in second, still trying to find a way to reclaim that top position. AJ in third, closing back in. Mark Dantuma in 6 has now caught the back bumper of Zach Henson. Dantuma now up 24 spots. Holy cow! Richie Joplin and AJ Godsey got together. AJ kissed the wall. Swafford now looking underneath AJ, and Richie has lost half a second to the leader. AJ now looking to the high side on Richie Joplin. Zach Henson now battling with Swafford. Dantuma lurking. AJ Godsey finally clears into second. 9 laps to go. Michael Whiting about to be in lap traffic as Gerald Poole and Ray Hillhouse just ahead. Thanos, no front clip. Michael Whiting drops to the bottom. The battle for second is really on now, and the lap traffic is going to be a big determining factor here. The lap traffic moved up to the high line, but a lot of these drivers have spent all night up top. Definitely benefiting Michael Whiting here as he is out front. AJ in second. Zach Henson has now made his way to fourth. Dantuma in the from the back challenge, now up into fifth. I don't remember how many cars Dantuma passed last week. I know it was a bunch. But going into last week's race, it was $66 to the MS Society. If he stays in fifth, that's another 25 plus last week's numbers. Michael Whiting may be able to pull off his first ever BRR win tonight. But Richie Joplin and AJ Godsey not far behind. Zach Henson, Mark Dantuma, Justin Swafford, Mark Nelson, Jeff Hinkle, David Garman, and now Aaron Mason is back in the top 10. One mistake by the leader could change the outcome of this race. Just 5 laps to go. Michael Whiting to the bottom, AJ to the high side, Richie up the middle. Four laps to go. Still anybody's race. Swafford all the way down to the apron trying to make something happen. Does anybody have enough tire left to make a move on Whiting? Richie Joplin tried to make a move but couldn't get under AJ. 3 laps to go. A lap car will come into play. Looks like Cody Kennedy AJ Gotzi still trying to carry the momentum off the high line. Oh, Gourmet back behind, catches a little bit of the wall and almost caught Jeff Hinkle. 2 laps to go. Cody Kennedy just ahead will come into play as they come down the back straightaway. Richie Joplin looking underneath AJ Gotzi. Brandon Springer had a brief off-track moment. Here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around. Can Michael Whiting get his first ever BRR win here tonight? DJ Kenner has gone off track. AJ alongside the lap car of Cody Kennedy gives Michael Whiting a little bit of breathing room through 3 and 4. They're 3 wide for, holy cow! And out of turn 4, Michael Whiting pulls off the win. AJ Gotzi and Zach Henson went off track. Richie Joplin comes home second. Dan Tuma coming home third. Swafford comes home in fourth. Mark Nelson in fifth. Let's take a look at this incident and then we'll talk to our drivers. Cody Kennedy, the lap car up top. AJ just tries to use every bit of the track. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Mark the Man Dan Tuma. Mark, the stats say you passed 27 cars. It has to have been 3 times that tonight.
Yeah, I just kept digging myself into a hole all over again and just had to keep going forward.
Hey, you were able to do it, man. That was a really impressive run to come home in third, too.
Yeah, I was counting top 5 there, but that kind of settled out there at the end and gave me a couple more spots. So that was nice, especially after the way last weekend went. So it was good to have a good run.
It definitely was a good run, and obviously a huge points night for you as well with problems with Kyle, AJ, and Jeff. That's going to close up that top 5 in points dramatically.
Yep, definitely. But most importantly, I believe that put us at plus 97 for the season. So we're almost to that triple-digit number.
Well, man, that is awesome. Thank you so much, buddy, and congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
Wow. So almost to $100 for the MS Society just for that race from the back, challenged by Mark Dantuma. Thank you so much, Mark. Let's talk to second place, Richie Joplin. Richie, you kept attacking, just didn't have enough there at the end.
No, I burned it up. I just went up there and I said, man, I hope I can hold them off for that 30-some laps. But no, I burned off my tires trying to win it. Going for it.
Well, you still came home with a second place finish, man. You came in tonight 6th in points, so it's going to be a huge points night for you and Dan Tuma both. A great run overall tonight.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I guess I'm getting used to these cars. Finally.
Well, man, great job, buddy. Congratulations. A great run tonight.
Thank you, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Michael Whiting. Michael Whiting, your first ever BRR win, buddy. Great job tonight.
Thank you, Doug. That's pretty sweet.
I have to say, there was utter chaos everywhere on the track, and I think you're one of the few drivers that did not get caught up.
No, I was really lucky tonight, that's for sure. Most of the time I'm not, but it worked out for me tonight.
And you seem to have enough tires left at the end. The couple of guys mounted an attack, but nobody can make anything happen behind you.
Yeah, there again, clean air. Not having the draft kind of hurt you a little bit, but I'll take clean air there. I know they got together a little bit behind me, and that gave me a little bit of breathing room. And I thought AJ had a good shot at getting me, but I guess he got caught up a little bit and was fighting some damage.
Oh, man, a great job. Great to see you back in victory lane. Congratulations, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it, Doug.
Wow, what a night tonight. That was an epic race at Kansas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back 8:30 Eastern tomorrow night as the Jones BS Racing season finale is here. That's going to be an exciting one. A whole lot of streaming. We will not be getting much streaming in at least tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow afternoon, but we'll definitely be back Tuesday and a lot more to come this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.